Hi, welcome to Viking Anime Chat. First impressions, Brynhildr in the darkness. I'm James.
E10.
All right, so this episode we're dealing with witches and magic and saving lives and all sorts of fun shit like that. Now, what we're dealing with here is we have a young kid who ends up causing the death of his female friend, who pretty much risks her life to save his, and he feels bad because she was just trying to show him where an alien was living, which obviously he thought was, there's no such thing as aliens, whatever, show it to me kind of thing. Well, later on in life, he's in high school. Girl comes into his class, looks exactly like this girl that he had lit died. Goes up to her, says, "Oh my gosh, it's you! I can't believe it." Turns out it's not her. Tells him that he's gonna die. He figures, I'll test it and see if it's really her, if she's telling the truth. He just doesn't care. He wants to put his life at risk, kind of thing. She saves his life, and we end up with, you know, story here. So, E10, opinions?
So at first I was like, all right, well, this is kind of interesting. He's upset over this whole accident that happened 10 years ago and he's still grieving over it. I'm like, okay, well, I can understand that. And then the whole witches aspect comes in. I'm like, all right, I love magic shows. I love everything. I like seeing how they develop what goes on with it. And the way that it happens in this show is insane. Like aliens and science. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's like she calls herself a witch, and then it turns out she's got some plant in the back of her neck, and she says that it's,
Harness,
yeah,
I believe
yeah,
they're
they call it a
called.
harness, and like it's kind of a controlling device, and it's keeping control of an alien inside her, which gives her the abilities that she has.
So we think. We do
Yeah,
not
well,
know.
we're not positive, but that's what it seems to be implied so far in the show. We end up with other witches that have escaped, and all these witches at the same time need a pill to stay alive. If they don't take this pill every so often, they pretty much just deteriorate and die.
Yeah, the
So,
lab made it to. It
yeah,
helps control the alien or something, so they don't disintegrate.
yeah,
Like these witches will die at any moment due to a certain button being pressed on their harness or
self-destruct.
not taking their pills.
Yep, and they can
And
only use their
it's
powers so
it's
much.
crazy.
Yeah, they can only use their powers so much before it just pops and makes it so they can't use their power for a bit. You can push a button and make it so it
Hmm.
goes off so that they can't use their powers, or you can press another button and have them die flat out. So,
It's
yeah, dark feeling to it. I mean, we get multiple witches here, each with their own feelings and stuff. Like the one girl, Kaneko, wants to save as many people as she can, and so does her one friend. And meanwhile, we get a character that just wants to pretty much live as close to a high school girl life as she can, including getting laid before she dies, which is kind of
yeah,
funny. But like,
the
yeah,
harem aspect is strong in this one.
yep. Because essentially, we get the one guy who's saving them, and all the girls are going to be living in the observatory to stay away from the evil laboratory
Yeah, they
aspect.
all join the same club and they
Yep.
all live there, and he just happens
Yep.
to be the only guy. And the witches obviously don't talk to anybody else because
It's like
they're
stock. It's like
witches,
the only man in
and
the world.
anybody that finds out about it will die. Like
Yeah.
the lab comes and shoots them.
The lab's like, you know about the witches? Bam. We're not going to let it get out. And we have some kind of
You're
dark
not allowed to
organization.
know about this.
Yeah. There's like a dark
But
organization that's using the witches for some evil plan or something of some nature that we get into
hey,
in the
man, they
show.
could be fighting aliens.
It's obvious. It's an alien invasion show, and we just haven't been told yet by the show.
Yeah, we just haven't got that far yet, man. Clearly, if if aliens slash witches slash awesome science intrigues you, then it's worth your time to watch it, give it a shot. Personally, I can't stand the harem aspect with it right now because it's too strong, and I've watched too many harem animes to be able to enjoy it thoroughly. I'm intrigued enough where if I have spare time, I throw it on, I check it out just because the witches and aliens and science is just crazy. It just blows my mind every time I think about it.
I'll admit, I'm gonna stick with it. I'll say watch it, but I like the fact that there's a little bit of a vibe of self-sacrificing male characters, so I guess I'm a little weak to that aspect. I mean, what the hell, knight in shining armor aspect, I can get down with that. The harem aspect, I can at least get let slide because it's like, the only guy that they can deal with, even though that's a weak excuse for a harem, but I'll let it slide because
Yeah,
fan service sells.
it's true.
Yeah, and you got enough goofy characters that make it at least entertaining, and the powers are moderately cool. So I'm gonna say give it a watch,
Yeah,
but
the different witch types are interesting, especially how they're power ranked. That I'm
yeah,
really intrigued by how they actually rank witches, or how their powers actually manifest. Is it just like
yeah, I,
just
I know what you
there?
mean. It's like it doesn't have to do with what alien they had put inside them. I mean, can
Mm-hmm.
they can certain body types only take so many different kinds of aliens? Are we dealing with like ranks of aliens that are inside them, or is it just based off how well they worked with it, or compatibility issues? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of little things that can go well with this.
So
It's
apparently, it's a really long manga series, so we should be able to get all of our answers in the anime.
hopefully we don't just get some kind of cop out, let's make up an ending halfway through. If that happens, worst case, watch it. If you like it, then pick up the manga, and just follow it through. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's it for this conversation, I think. We got me with a pass, Neaton with a no-go. So, 50-50, make up your mind. All right. We'll catch you next time. See ya.
Bye.